Guys, things are about to get weird. We're going to be talking about DVDs in this video. Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. My shelves are crooked or my camera's crooked. Can't really tell. Kind of bizarre. I'm going to make you guys dizzy. Yeah, that's better. So, Second Charles. They had another buy 5, get 5 free sale. I think I bought, this was quite a while ago, 20 titles? Maybe 30. I might have bought 30. Anyway, I've sold a bunch of it and actually kept 9 titles this time, which for me, quite a bit. Usually I only keep a few titles, but found a lot of cool stuff. It's been almost a month now. Today's December 8th. Wanted to kind of change the recording angle because this way you guys could see the tree a little more. Check out the ornaments behind me. And you're probably watching this video into January. I'm recording everything on December 8th, so the tree is up. Nice, decorated. And let's talk about what I grabbed at Second Charles. We're going to do a Blu-ray, a 4K, and then the rest are going to be DVDs and some pretty cool stuff. So the first title, actually John found. Like I said, we probably went here early November, I want to say. Not the band, but early November. John found this title. This was one of the comic book films that I needed, or comic book steelbook movies that I needed. It is Hellboy 2. This is still brand new, factory sealed. Gets the little bit of rub there. But John brought this over to me, and this was on my list of the comic book heroes or comic strip heroes, steelbooks that I needed. So I grabbed this one. So very cool. I don't know if I've actually seen Hellboy 2. Or I have seen Hellboy 2, but I haven't seen it since it was in theaters, or the first Hellboy. Never saw the reboot that came out. But Hellboy 2, I believe I own. Yeah, I own Hellboy 2, but it's the standard version, so I'll get rid of that. I have the first Hellboy in steelbook, and I don't own the reboot because I've just heard. I don't know. I own the reboot in I own the original in 4K, and I have the steelbook. Anyway, I don't own the reboot. Haven't watched it. Wanted to get this so I could have the artwork. And like I said, I'll just sell my regular one. So, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, very cool. On average, I don't remember how much I paid for any of this. Obviously, when everything's said and done, I didn't pay anything out of pocket. The stuff I flipped covered my cost. But I want to say this was maybe like $6 or $7 sticker price. This had a $9 sticker price and did not own this on 4K. Thought I did, but I did not. So wanted to upgrade to the 4K, and that is one of my favorite movies of all time, Goodfellas, in my top 5 for sure. It doesn't have the slip cover. I think the slip's pretty hard to come by if I'm not mistaken. But Goodfellas on 4K, love this movie. Haven't watched it in a few years. Definitely need to revisit it. So Goodfellas, very cool to own on 4K. Finally. And then we're going right into DVDs, guys. The first thing here, they're actually in alphabetical order, so I didn't even order them like in, least excited to most excited, so we're just going to dive in. The first thing here is the first season of 8 Simple Rules. This was actually known as 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, but once it came out on DVD, John Ritter had passed away and they changed it to 8 Simple Rules. So this stars John Ritter and Katie Sagal? Yeah, Katie Sagal. But the one daughter is played by Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory. And the other girl looks familiar too. I watched this back in the day when it was on TV and thought it would be a fun rewatch at some point just to watch some fun sitcom stuff. I don't know if any of the other seasons ever got physical releases. And then David Spade, I think, joined the show if I'm not mistaken. But 8 Simple Rules, used to watch the show back in the days, probably from like 2006-ish, maybe? This came out in 07, so it's probably like 06. But maybe it was on before that. I don't know. When was 8 Simple Rules on? I know I can just Google it when I'm done, but leave comments down below. When did this air, the first season? How long was it on? This next show I used to love watching back in my younger days. This is from the early 90s, I think like 93 or 94. And that is the complete series of The Critic. It stinks. This is a TV show that is about that guy right there, voiced by John Lovitz. I believe his name was Jay on the show, who was a movie critic. His catchphrase was, "It stinks." It was only on 2 seasons. Looks like 23 episodes. So all 23 episodes in this set. I was pretty excited to find this. It was on a cart that we struck a lot of gold when we found the cart. John found it, and I found this and some other stuff. I found the Dogma Blu-ray that I think sold for $60 on eBay like 2 days after I listed it. It's still a hard to come by set, so that paid for a lot of what I bought. And like I said, there was other stuff that I flipped. So The Critic, loved the show. This I was so excited about because I've been trying to find this on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is extremely out of print, extremely expensive. So for the time being, wanted to get it on DVD because I just want to revisit this. This was a movie my sister and I watched quite a bit. I was 14 when this came out. So probably like 14, 15 years old. My sister would have been like 12 or 13. But I love this movie. There's a line in this that I quote all the time, and that is "disturbing behavior." So glad to own it on DVD. Nick Stahl, Katie Holmes, James Marsden. The line, "I can't say here, we're in a PG channel." That was weird. It got really dark and then lit up. We're on a PG channel, but all I'll say is the quote has to do with a yogurt shoppy and wanting to know what a yogurt shoppy is. So I love this movie. Can't wait to revisit it. Like I said, Nicole and I used to watch this a lot as younger kids, teenagers, but I want to revisit this. I remember loving it. This, Faculty, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, we would watch quite often together. So disturbing behavior. J2H, this one's for you, buddy. I think you'll appreciate this. This is awesome. This is an original ECW release by Pioneer Entertainment, and it is ECW Deep Impact. So this is old ECW, not WWE ECW. So this is like ECW from the 90s into 2000, I think, is the latest. But you have like Mikey Whipwreck versus Sandman versus Steve Austin. So before he was Stone Cold. Terry Funk versus Sabu. Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Terry Funk and the Sandman versus Cactus Jack and Shane Douglas. Francine versus Beulah. So it's like 2.5 hours, but it's all original ECW stuff. So was excited to find this for sure. And yeah, I think while I'm thinking of it, I believe this is out of print too, just not as sought after as the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is like $125, but just thinking about that. This is really cool though. Like I said, an uncensored Pioneer Entertainment release of an ECW title. Pumped to get that. Next up, I was excited about this because Bridget and I used to watch Real World back in the day, and I think this will be a fun watch to just take a trip down memory lane. And it is Real World, the Real World Hookups. So this is from like 2003. So it has the first 13 seasons of Real World, which I think went on for like 32 seasons. So it'll be fun to see how many people we recognize, if some of them are still on like the challenge, which I'm sure 1 or 2 people are still on the challenge probably. But the Real World Hookups. I also have a challenge DVD set. I have another Real World set. They didn't release a ton of Real World stuff, but I was a fan of it. Not gonna lie. I was a teenager. I enjoyed watching the Real World, especially in my late teens. I love watching the challenge to this day. It actually premieres this Wednesday, the new season. So excited to dive into that. I love watching the challenge. Probably my favorite thing on TV. But yeah, the Real World Hookups. This was only like $2, so that was great. This is cool. I think this has gotten a Warner Archives release. I don't know if this is on Blu-ray yet. I definitely think it's on DVD. This might not even be a Warner Archive release. It's just something you don't see very often. And yeah, I just remember watching this when I was younger too. Sugar and Spice, Mina Savari, Marla Sokoff, Marley Shelton, James Marsden is in this as well. It's a PG-13 movie about cheerleaders, and they pull off a bank heist. And I remember watching this and enjoying it. Of course, I was also probably like 16 or 17 when it came out. So a bunch of attractive cheerleaders that are bank robbers. Yeah, it's mindless fun, but Sugar and Spice did not own. The artwork has some damage to it, as you can see. When I peeled the sticker off, it peeled off the artwork. But like I said, it was inexpensive. I think this was like $4 or $5, but didn't really pay anything out of pocket. And then last but not least, this is an out of print find. And not only is it out of print, but it was the last season I needed before, or to complete the whole set. So I used to own these. Stupid Rick back in the day sold them all off, and I've now repurchased all of them. And yeah, I'm super excited to now own the complete set again, and that is Viva La Bam seasons 4 and 5. I love the show. I loved watching this. Jackass, Bam's Unholy Union. I loved watching all the Bam stuff, all the Johnny Knoxville stuff. I was a big fan. I grew up and live sort of in the area where all this took place, so I see familiar sights, which is cool. So I'm in like the Philly suburbs, which is where this took place. So Viva La Bam seasons 4 and 5, uncensored. Now I own the complete Viva La Bam collection, and that is it, guys. That is all I grabbed from Second and Charles. Thank you guys as always for watching the video. It is much appreciated. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Also, subscribe if you guys don't do so already. It is much appreciated. Hit the bell notification so you guys know when new videos drop on the channel. Also, check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies, Blu-ray.com profile, eBay page, Amazon wishlist, email address, P.O. box, all can be found down below. And that is it. So as always, guys, until next time, I'm not going to do the voice again. Who's down to movie?